Welcome to this episode of The Good, The Bad and The Odd. Tonight we are going to do another commentary, this time for an episode of Doctor Who from the series where Christopher Eccleston played the Doctor, and it's an episode called Dalek. We're just about to hit the play button now. Right guys, so joining me tonight is Sam and Max.
Hiya.
Right.
And there you hear the TARDIS coming into view. Now this is, I believe the 10th episode?
6th.
Which one?
6th episode.
6th.
It's the 6th.
I'm well prepared, you can tell. There's the 6th episode in this series, and Eccleston made a pretty good start here. He'd introduced us to the Altons and Rose as the first episode. He'd gone for a few. I can't remember off the top of my head what he's done as well in these ones. Can you? Was the Empty Child been on yet?
No,
That's probably a very significant one. So here they're in
probably one of the scariest.
Let's talk about what we're watching. They're in some sort of
museum thing.
Museum. It looks like things from outer space.
That looks like from Iron Man's chest.
It does look and there's a Sladine's claw.
Stuffed.
And this marked the first time the Daleks would appear in the new, the non-classic series of Doctor Who.
Hey, an original Cyberman helmet.
Yeah, it's an original Cyberman helmet. So we're watching Eccleston. What do you guys think of Eccleston as a Doctor?
He wasn't
like
my
him.
favourite, but he was okay.
It was okay. I was glad just to see Doctor Who back. You like him, so
Yeah.
he's quite an aggressive kind of Doctor, isn't
Yeah.
he? Passionate and a bit different from Doctor Who's I was used to.
Yeah, he can get angry.
Yeah, I was kind of used to more whimsical Doctor Who's up to this point, because after Tom Baker they kind of went that way a bit. Well, quite a lot actually. And I personally was always a fan of Doctor Who up to Tom Baker, and I never really liked it after that. I just didn't like Doctors so much. But Eccleston I liked. I quite like Paul McGann as well actually. I did like Paul McGann. Yeah, so Eccleston stepped in. He only did it for the one season. He didn't want to do it after that. And then we all know, I think David Tennant took over. Do you think Rose made a good sidekick?
Yeah.
She was very good, wasn't she?
She was certainly the most significant.
Yeah.
Yes, she was. In terms of story and meaning for the
others
Doctor.
just sort of left. Rose sort of was forced to. She got sucked into another
There
universe.
was the Bad Wolf reference for the episode.
No, was it?
Yeah,
what was
Bad
it?
Wolf 1 incoming.
A Bad Wolf reference, yes. There was that arc through this entire
They
series.
just
wasn't
have to have a
Wolf?
Bad Wolf reference in every
There's always
episode.
a reference to something that's in the final episodes.
This made me laugh, this bit. Replacing the president. And which one should we have next? Democrat or Republican? It's very good. So this guy's a collector of alien artifacts, isn't he?
Henry Van Staten.
Yeah, and he doesn't just collect, he exploits them to sell the technology and make a lot of money. He's an interesting kind of character.
Yep.
There's been on the TV. There's been 11 different Doctors, and Christopher Eccleston played the 9th.
Actually, the 8th one only appeared in a movie. One movie, then it just sort of went to the 9th.
Yes, it did. Well, even so, it was still a genuine TV Doctor, and his adventures, I understand, go on quite a bit with in like books and audio books and things like that.
Yeah.
It's got quite significant. It's a shame it didn't make anymore. But having said that, I didn't like the TV movie much because they made it a bit non-Doctor Who. They Americanised it a little. He kissed his assistant. That just doesn't happen. I know it happened with Rose, but there was a big emotional investment and build-up. Yes, all right. Before that, Doctor Who did not kiss his assistants. It just didn't happen. So it kind of showed the Americans didn't quite get Doctor Who. And there was another thing, like the Master came back through. It appeared to be like magic or something rather than science, which sort of was a bit odd too. But having said that, I quite liked him as a Doctor. I know I sort of criticised the ones with art that came after Tom Baker. I quite like Sylvester McCoy actually. I thought he he was a good
The
Doctor with a lot of
7th.
bad scripts, mostly. Though towards the end of his, I understand. I haven't seen them, but I understand the scripts got quite a bit better for Sylvester McCoy. That is. So what? Who's your favourite Doctors?
I can't decide between Tennant or Smith. Matt
Well, they're
Smith.
the two latest ones. You
Yeah.
like Matt Smith. What about you, Sam?
I like Eccleston.
You prefer Eccleston
Eccleston
over
or Tennant? One of the two.
I like Tennant. I have to say, I do like Tennant. I quite like Matt Smith. One of the things is, two of my very favourite episodes of Doctor Who are actually with Matt Smith. The Vincent Van Gogh one I really liked, and the one where the TARDIS took on became a female.
The spirit sort of went into a person.
That's right. I really like that episode too, and both of those were Matt Smith. This particular episode is a really good one, actually, as well.
It
And it's
first
nice to see-
shows the Daleks. Well, in the
Yeah,
Ninth
well, one
Doctor.
Dalek.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of depth to it, and I just think it's an exciting, dynamic kind of episode. It doesn't really get boring at all. Eccleston was a big departure in character for Doctor Who. In fact, Tennant and Smith are more like the
Yeah.
Doctors of old, whereas Eccleston was quite something different.
He's quite an angry person.
He was angry and he was quite aggressive, and we see him pick up a gun in this one, which I don't recall before this a Doctor Who ever doing. I'm sure he must have, but it's very rare you saw the Doctor holding a weapon, except in defence, not to specifically attack.
Or if he like sort of had to.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure he ever did, even if he, so-called had to.
End of time. He had
yes.
to like get rid of the master.
Well, okay, yeah. There's always exceptions, but I'm saying up until this point, I don't think there was any. Well, so Doctor Who's been running since 1963, so in a couple of years it'll be 50 years old, and it's the longest running science fiction show ever, according to the Guinness Book of Records, and apparently the most successful in terms of broadcast ratings, DVD, book sales, iTunes, traffic, all sorts. I find it hard to believe. I would have thought Star Trek would have beat that, but maybe they mean individual series, because I mean Star Trek covers 5 series and movies and stuff. And of course there was one other actor that played Doctor Who in the 60s. There was 1960s films. Peter Cushing played Doctor Who in those. So there was another actor, and I think the first incarnation's been played by a different character in some of the stories too. Sorry, a different actor. Some of the stories too.
Yeah, mainly because the original actor was dead.
Pardon?
Because the original actor was dead.
He was dead, or he got quite ill towards the end of his life. So I think even if he was alive, he wasn't capable. Oh, there we are with the first words from the Dalek.
Oh, there's just a blue light. Ooh.
And that's a proper old school Dalek. That is.
Yeah.
You know, they actually shrunk the Daleks. They made them smaller so that they could look people eye to eye.
Ah.
So
Okay.
originally they were much taller than people.
Right. Now, the original series, as I say, started in 1963, and it was first broadcast on the 23rd of November, which coincided with when Kennedy was assassinated. So it had a very small viewers watching it. And because of that, they actually broadcast it again the next week with the second part, and it started with an episode called "The Unearthly Child," set in caveman times. And the original conception of the series was it was meant to be educational, swapping between history and science. The idea being the one set in the past on Earth was about history, and the one set in the future would be science fiction and have a science basis. The idea was it was educational, basically. But after the caveman one, the next things they met were Daleks. That's how long Daleks have been around, and then it really took off. People really liked seeing the Daleks. They were quite excited. There might be a reason for that. The Daleks were kind of based on the Nazis, and you got to remember 1963. The war wasn't that long past. It was in the memory of a lot of people. They reminded people of the Daleks, so they seemed like a sort of enemy that people would want to see beaten. And the Daleks came back again and again and again over the years, especially with that first incarnation of Doctor Who. But they've been significant in Doctor Who for a long, long time. So what else do we like about Doctor Who? Anything else? Music?
Yeah, the music I like.
I like how they kept the same thing, bum bum
Yeah.
bum bum.
Well, they
bum,
couldn't really
bum,
change it. It's
bum,
like-
bum.
iconic.
The thing is,
No.
it's so fantastic. Don't want to. You don't change your theme tune
No.
when you got something that good, do you? And the other thing I like about Doctor Who is he's got like the greatest ship in the universe, the greatest vehicle in the universe. It can go anywhere, do anything. The only thing wrong with it is it almost looks like a police box.
Yeah.
I have the biggest spaceship in the universe. I have a police box.
The TARDIS is actually its own galaxy
I know.
inside.
Is it?
That's how big
I
it is.
didn't
Yeah,
know that.
the outside and the inside exist in different dimensions.
I knew that, but I didn't realise it was his own galaxy. Now, the idea was, when they first did it, and I thought this was made up to try and explain it later, the idea was it has a chameleon circuit, so it should fit in wherever
But
it
that
is.
got broken.
Well, that's in the story. It got broken bit. The reality was they wanted to have it changing wherever the Doctor went, but the budget wouldn't allow it. They just couldn't keep changing it like that, so they just left it as a police box. For
But they
budget.
made
but
it
worked
so-
really well.
Yeah,
you know.
the chameleon circuit, so it broke, so it couldn't change. But there was a circuit that allowed it that made people near it think that it was meant to be there.
Oh, that's come on later. I wasn't aware of that one. So look, the Dalek has just been talking to the Doctor.
Doctor got really mad a second ago.
Yeah. But the Dalek won't talk to the what's his name? Van Sant.
Van
Van
Staten.
Staten. Henry Van
and
Staten.
they keep torturing the Dalek to try and get it to respond. They're not nice people, really.
No.
No.
Now, Doctor Who's been on for a long, long time, but
Yeah.
it did draw complaints, especially when Tom Baker was doing it and John Pertwee, about being too scary for children. Yeah,
Yeah, you
it
could get that from Blink and The Empty Child, but a lot of them are okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of them are, but back then there were some very scary ones. The one I remember, it's very vivid in my memory, is the one where the Autons are shop dummies and come out of the windows, and that scared me no end. But did somebody watching it, I enjoyed it thoroughly. Doctor Who used to watch it behind the sofa a lot. That's the way it is. But apparently, every time she made a fuss, the complaints were led by a woman called Mary Whitehouse, who was famous at that time for sort of complaining about things on TV she didn't really like and thought that people shouldn't have to see. But every time she complained, the ratings went up. So people wanted to see what all the fuss was about.
She must have
That's
got
all-
really mad.
Well, you know, she's one of these people that like to tell other people what to do, kind of thing, for their own good. So the original Doctor Who ran from '63 to about '89, and that was up to Sylvester McCoy's reign. And then it had quite a long break, and then came back as you mentioned, a sort of a one-off for American TV in 1996 with Paul McGann playing the Doctor. But the Americans didn't really take to it. It did quite well in this country. The ratings were very high, you know, because we all like Doctor Who basically. But it didn't get made into anything, and I think maybe that turned out for the best, because this series with Eccleston and the later ones are really, really good. We always watch them, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently it's broadcast weekly in over, or it has broadcast weekly in over 50 countries. Doctor Who, it's very popular. It must be in the top 2 or 3 of BBC programmes, up there with probably Top Gear, I'd say, and a few of the other really popular. I think
a lot-
EastEnders, man.
A lot of the original Star Treks air, don't they?
Yeah. Well, it's up there with Star Trek. I mean, the Americans had bigger budgets, so what they did with Star
Well-
Trek, we couldn't match in this country on the BBC. So we did it with we try and wrote clever stories, you know, intelligent stories. The special effects weren't very good at all, but that wasn't the point. It was all about story. So it was different from something like Star Trek, and a lot of there were other American science fiction shows, and they tend to be action oriented, whereas Doctor Who was more sort of thoughtful and about character and story. And the original Doctor Who shares a little has a coincidence with Star Trek in that it's one of the very few programs that has had two pilots. Star Trek had it first one, its executive saw, wasn't interested but wanted to see a second try at it. Doctor Who similarly had a pilot filmed, but there was lots of mistakes and things didn't quite work, so the BBC commissioned a second pilot. Same script, exactly the same, I believe, but some lines were changed to make it a little better. So it also, like Star Trek, it had two pilots. They got some brilliant ideas. Oh look, Doctor Who's chained up now. So now he wants to kind of. I don't understand this bit. He fires something that hurts the Doctor.
It's sort of like, yeah.
I don't understand why it hurts him.
It sort of shows an X-ray, but still moving. Yeah, it shows his two halves, but in full colour.
I presume it's a bit of alien technology, but it seems to hurt the Doctor. But this guy seems to like hurting the things he finds. He's a bit odd, really.
Doctor and the Dalek.
Yeah. He's not a nice piece of work. But the ideas that came into this series were great. I mean, it started off really good. It started off with a great theme song, as we've discussed. Yeah. But the idea of just going anywhere in time and space really was a good one, wasn't it? Just went on.
All we need for a theme tune is a few different notes put into a good rhythm.
Well, I suppose any theme tune is like that. What's your favourite episode, Sam?
My favourite episode is either this or the most recent one.
Where the big...
When Demons Run.
When Demons Run, yes.
Oh, yeah.
You like that one. But you like... this is your favourite?
One of them.
Before that. What's your other favourites?
I like both Weeping Angel episodes.
Oh, yeah, Weeping Angel's awesome, isn't it?
Yeah. I like the Matt Smith one. The bit where a Weeping Angel grabs him from behind, then he just says, "Let me tell you one thing, you see him run towards the forest without a jacket. Never let the Doctor talk too much." The Weeping Angels look at him holding his jacket.
That's an episode with River Song, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who's your favourite characters out of the recent series?
What, aside from the Doctor?
Aside from the Doctor?
Jack and River.
Captain Jack.
Yeah.
Captain Jack is a great character.
I like Captain Jack
And of course, he's gone off into Torchwood, which is a much more adult kind of show. But Captain Jack is an interesting kind of guy. I quite like Rose's sidekick. And
Donna.
Amy. Yeah, Donna was okay. She was more comedy than the others. But she was alright. I never really took to Martha at all. I always felt she didn't really add much. Whereas Rose does add an awful lot. And I think Amy does too, kinda. I'm never sure about Rory. I kinda like it, but I'm never quite sure about it. What about River Song? River Song?
Yeah.
She's a female Captain Jack, so...
Yeah. She's really accurate,
she is
even
a replacement
with a
for Captain Jack.
Yeah, she kind of is, yeah. The Doctor's a kind of interesting guy. He says he's the last, but we kind of get hints through all of the series that he might be. He's a father and a grandfather. And
in the first one, The Unearthly Child, the Doctor meets his granddaughter.
He's with his granddaughter.
Yeah, but I've never been convinced that is his granddaughter. I'm not sure.
I think it was just
and
another
in the
Time
10th
Lord
Doctor, he gets cloned, and technically they call that his daughter.
Yeah, now that is a relation of his though, because
well, it's him.
Here we go. Now she's touched the Dalek, and it's given the DNA has somehow giving him more power enough to escape.
Ooh, there go the chains.
They're in big trouble now. The Doctor did warn them. You have a Dalek there, everyone's going to die, because that's what they do.
Oh yes. What the hell have you done? Yeah.
Now this is
Oh,
when the guy that tortured him gets his just desserts.
Gets his skull crushed.
It gets like sucked in or something.
That's what it does. It crushes his skull.
I thought it absorbed
with a vacuum.
We did. When we were kids, we used to make fun of Daleks having a sucker because it looks like a sink plunger. So you can run around with a sink plunger and a stick and do a bit of Dalek.
Yeah, you just need like a tall cardboard box and a stick and a plunger.
Right. Have you seen much of the old school Doctors?
I've seen a few of the first Doctor, one of the fourth Doctors, and the 8th movie.
The 8th movie. What about you, Sam?
I've seen One of the first, a couple of the second, quite a few of the third, and a couple of the fourth.
What do you think of them?
They're quite good, actually.
Yeah, the very early ones tend to be quite slow, but worth it. Whereas these are much more. These more recent ones are more action packed. You know, we got dark
And you don't
gunfights with Daleks.
Oh, and
You
I
don't
like
have to
the,
wait a month.
I
for
like the
one story.
crossover. I like the crossover ones, like the 3 Doctors and the 5 Doctors.
Yeah, they're quite cool. Yeah, it used to be. It is funny that
Oh.
these new ones do. You know, it's an episode, or sometimes you get a pair of episodes. Very occasionally you get 3 episodes in a row.
Daleks just absorb.
He's absorbing the internet.
He's absorbing the
Only
internet from the
once has
whole
there
of
been a
West
3-parter.
Coast.
All right, but occasionally there's something longer than one part. But when I watched Doctor Who, it was 4-parters
Like
and 6-parters,
the
and occasionally bigger.
astronaut.
Sorry,
2-part like the astronaut and
what?
the 11th Doctor, the silent astronaut.
Yeah, there's a few 2-parters.
Yeah.
Usually towards the end of the
Especially with the
seasons.
11th Doctor, there's a lot of 2-parters.
And the Daleks
Yeah.
just going nuts.
And there's also the Christmas specials. But in when I watched Doctor Who, it was 4-parters and 6-parters, so you did have to wait each week, and they're only 25 minutes on a Saturday evening, about 5:30 or 6. So every week you'd be watching Doctor Who, and when Tom Baker was Doctor Who, there was some really really good and quite scary stories. There was like Genesis of the Daleks, Brain of Morbius.
Oh, I like the Fires of Pompeii with the 10th Doctor and Donna.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that one's alright. The trouble I have with Donna is I find it really hard to remember any of her adventures apart from the very first
The
one.
Runaway Bride.
The Runaway Bride. I remember that
She
one.
goes to the Ood.
She does a lot, doesn't she?
She gets a time beetle on her back, which
look.
oh,
Dalek's taking out everyone.
I prefer this effect to the one that they had,
Yeah.
where
Oh,
the screen
right.
just went negative for a minute.
Yeah, and sometimes you used to even have steam coming out. It was weird. It was like someone set off a fire
and
extinguisher.
instead of like a long beam, they just shot like about a foot
like a
long
dart.
shot. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a dart of laser.
They've done all sorts. Now the real bad guy's realising he's in trouble. The Dalek.
Oh, and
has-
some Daleks have
Let's
like a
get paranoid.
buzzsaw attachment.
There's some.
Yeah,
There's one
very
with a
occasionally.
claw. There's one with a buzzsaw. There's even one that has a giant cannon on the front.
Yeah, there's a few different ones. Yeah. Another one I like is I do like the Blink one as well, and that was the first time we see the Weeping Angels. I think Weeping Angels is like by far the best new
Enemy.
enemy that in the entire new sets of.
I
I
just
think the
look-
Ood are very creepy.
Yeah.
Well, the Ood aren't really an enemy, are they?
No, they're just
They're just
infected.
there.
More, they're
Oh.
like the robot man.
Oh, and
Yeah.
in Blink, I like the way the Doctor tricks them into not being able to move. They're all crowded around his
Yeah.
TARDIS, and he
Looking
just
at
goes
each
away, so
other.
they're stuck looking at each
Yeah, and
other.
they deliberately
They
avoid
can't
looking at each other
move.
before that. Yes, but I like Sally Sparrow as well. I was
Yeah.
quite
Oh, yeah.
surprised. I thought she was going to become an assistant at some point, but she never did. But she's become quite a prominent actress now. The girl that plays Sally Sparrow, her name's Kerry Mulligan. She's been in a few films and sort of an up and coming actress of note.
Oof. It's kind of brave to stand up to a Dalek, just one woman.
Well, she doesn't know as how powerful it really is. She knows it can kill people with one shot, but it's
Ooh.
much stronger.
Oh
than
yeah, and this is the scene where we get. There's been tons of jokes about Daleks not being able to get up the stairs before this. But
And it
here we
hovers.
go.
Oh, this
We
just
get an
ends it.
explanation.
It just hovers.
Just hovers. What did he say?
Elevate.
Elevate. It's got a nice, exciting episode. This because
Yeah.
it's all it's a lot of action, but a lot of
Yeah.
even
Nostalgia.
when it's not action, there's drama
Yeah,
Dalek just ignores
and nostalgia.
bullets.
It's like,
and nostalgia.
Slitheen.
Yeah,
Oh,
It is-
Cyberman.
yeah, it's good to see a Cyberman. Who's your favourite bad enemies then? Do you think? Should we take the Dalek as red?
Yeah.
It was one of them. What's your other favourite?
The
Bad
new
guys.
Cybermen, because they're very surprising.
They're very distinctive.
Yeah, and the
aren't
new
they?
and the
They've
new
done well with
the new
those.
stuff that they keep coming out with, the cyber drones,
Cyber
those
drones.
things.
Oh,
with
the Cyber King.
Yeah, the big robot.
Basically a factory where they like kidnap the children and use
Yeah.
it to power it. And it's a
I think there was
Cyberman.
the odd Cyberman oriented episodes in Torchwood as well.
Yeah, there was a
actually.
cyber woman who was like a half converted person.
Oh,
Yeah.
wasn't that Jackie half converted?
No.
Jackie from Parallel
Well, they
Universe,
tried
she got
to,
converted.
yes,
No.
they did. Oh, didn't they? I
Yeah,
thought
they did. They tried to convert
it's
Jackie,
they-
I swear.
The in the parallel universe, Jackie did get converted. In the Torchwood, it's just some woman.
It's a woman, yeah, a cyber woman in it. It's called something like
It's definitely not Jackie.
that. No, oh no, it's not Jackie. It's a completely different one. Right, they're all ready to face off the Dalek, a whole crew of Marines.
This one Dalek is basically like the whole, like, 10 of them in another episode.
Well, the thing is, Daleks are incredibly tough. That's the point.
Yeah.
And destructive.
Mm.
There's very little you can do against them.
Yeah, unless you hit the eye.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think the eye's pretty
I
tough.
like the bit where River is basically just shoots it right through the eye with a pistol with like a special bullet and just kills it.
Mercy.
Nice.
No. There's
It's
also a bit where
Mercy,
Captain
one
Jack
more
just sort of does
time.
this one spin round, shoots and hits it straight in the eye.
Isn't there one time where
It just
Rose
starts. It
is-
gets
Jack
stuck
does
and
stuff
just
like
starts spinning.
and Rose is trapped in a in the Dalek ship, and the Doctor lands a TARDIS on her, but it also and brings a Dalek in. But Captain Jack just has this huge gun, and he shoots the Dalek
Yeah.
with it, and it blows
Yeah.
up.
There's a few like that. So okay, so what's good bad guys? We've got Daleks and Cybermen.
Yeah.
Any others?
Sontarans.
Yeah, they're alright.
Silurians, you can't really count them as
Silurians are
bad
interesting.
guys.
Well, they're kind of no, they're more sympathetic than
Yeah,
that. They are nemesis, I suppose.
yeah.
I like the Weeping Angels, as I already said, and of course the Master
Yeah.
and Davros.
Yeah,
Davros is
Yeah.
some
Davros sort
character.
of became a puppet.
yeah.
Well, kind of, but he was still super intelligent and he was doing stuff. But
In the new
they're all
ones-
shooting at the Dalek.
In the new ones, they have those 5 colour Daleks.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Leader
There's
scientist.
Red
red,
Daleks.
red. There's red,
Designed by Apple.
blue, white, orange, and yellow.
Yeah, it's like leader, scientist, soldier, prototype,
Yeah, look, the Daleks
and
started
medic.
the
Water
sprinkler system.
and
So it's gonna,
so
like,
that's
electrocute
basically
them.
electrocuting everyone.
Oh man, it's just taking out everybody.
He absorbed the internet. He's probably the smartest Dalek ever.
It depends if he's reading Wikipedia. It might have a few facts wrong.
Yeah.
It becomes good.
Right, so everyone's dead.
Make more, but get your
That
own
is some
personal
sprinkler
wiki
system.
Dalek.
Well, yeah, sprinkler system's designed to go on.
And they're all watching it. Oh man. They're going to leave the Dalek now. They've realised. He's finally realised how bad it is. I also think the Autons are
They're
really-
pretty
found
good
them
enemies,
scary.
but they're
I'm
not.
I think
found
they're
them-
really
I
scary.
don't think they're scary. I don't think they're that good of an enemy.
They are. The thing is, they weren't represent. They
They're-
have been very scary in the past.
They're not even
In
their
the-
own monsters. They're just dummies being controlled by
Well, they're
something.
still monsters. They're still bad guys that you have to fight against. He's talking to the Doctor. Here he goes.
So how did they get the guns in their hands?
Autons. They
Yeah.
were built. They were moulded in a factory
Yeah, but
and just put into shops with the intention of invading. All
No,
at
in the
once.
new one, it's just there's
I
an
don't
SD
know.
card.
I don't know. I can't tell you that.
well, in the new one, I swear, Rory was born as an Auton.
No, he's now
No, it's
part,
not
real.
sort of
He
an.
was an Auton.
He's now
so that
sort
means
of an Auton.
there's been like 3 or 4 Rorys now. He keeps getting wiped
Yeah.
from existence.
He needs to toughen up. in my opinion.
No, because the universe restarted.
Yeah.
He's a human
Yeah, so
now.
he's alright
But
again
he's
now.
been absorbed
He
through the
know-
crack
No,
too.
That's one of the kind of troubles, actually. I wanted to talk about that. One of the kind of troubles with the modern Doctor. At the end of each series, they have to keep trying to top the last one. And they finally ended up with restarting the universe
Oh yeah.
by jump-starting it from the TARDIS.
And
I mean, how are you going to top that?
in the latest episode, remember it said like the next episode it said like let's all kill Hitler or something.
Yeah, next
Said that-
episode, let's kill Hitler.
Yeah, well, we'll see that when that comes
Yeah.
on.
Getting a bit angry.
He's telling the Dalek
Yeah.
to kill itself now. Great line coming up. Oh, would make a good Dalek. He's basically saying, we're the same. The Doctor looks quite shocked at that. He don't like it. Anyway, the Dalek's flying around again.
Yeah, man, the Dalek just slipping around on water.
Do you think they've overused the Daleks in the modern thing, or do you think
No,
they've got it
they're
about
quite
right?
underused.
I like to see them at least once a series. I quite like Cybermen too.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Cybermen are underdone.
Yeah.
They're not used.
Cybermen, they're quite a lot different. They're kind of similar, but a lot different too.
Just a
To
bit.
what? What they
The
were
news.
using?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
a
they've
bit.
improved it. They're
Yeah.
basically the same, but
They've come from
improved.
people in
They're like
tinfoil.
Cybermen
Yeah.
version 2, basically.
They've gone from people in tinfoil to Iron Man, essentially.
Ah, it's
Not as flexible
Now,
as
do you
Iron
know
Man.
the origin of Cybermen? I can tell you.
Yeah.
If you like. You do. Go on then, tell us.
It's people from this planet, and they slowly adapted their bodies using
Now,
mechanical.
do you know the
stuff.
planet?
No.
It's the planet Mundus, which was apparently the twin of the planet Earth. So they're humans, essentially.
Okay.
They were humans. What's up?
The doctors get he's Rose and
Ah,
a man called Adam are just like run towards a door, and the doctors got to close the door to seal the Dalek
they've
in.
got to race
They
to
got
get
to-
under the
yeah.
door, and it looks like Adam's about to make it,
Yeah.
and Rose is going to be left behind if she doesn't hurry out. Yeah,
Adam's
down
made it.
through. That's an Indiana Jones moment. That is, the door
Yeah.
was nearly shut, and then 10 seconds later, it's a bit harder than it was, and the guy can get
Well,
through.
oh, Rose
Rose
been
is
trapped.
left in. Oh.
There's the Dalek.
We find a lot out about the history of this Doctor, don't we, in this one? Because he talks
Yeah.
about fighting in the Time War
Yeah.
and wiping out Daleks. I don't remember if he talked about that before this point. Do you?
He said that he was the last of his people.
That's right, he did. So we knew he was the last, but we didn't know what had happened. But he talked about the last great Time War, where all the Daleks and all the Time Lords had destroyed themselves, and he was part of it and caused the Daleks to lose. We find out more in other incarnations around that, but there's quite a bit of Doctor Who lore in that revelation.
Ooh, you just heard exterminate through
Yeah.
the earpiece.
Yeah, we did.
Ouch.
So we don't know quite what's happened yet. I found a few other facts. The word TARDIS is now officially in the Oxford English Dictionary. And Doctor Who does appear sometimes in other programmes like their parodies. I think occasionally in The Simpsons they sometimes have a Doctor Who in there somewhere.
Yeah, like
It's
in,
usually the fourth Doctor.
there was a
Yeah.
Star Wars one, and it showed like booths from different movies, and there was Tom Baker in
Yeah,
Doctor
Tom
Who.
Baker, yeah. And there's also, I do remember seeing quite a few years ago, a funny sketch in a show with Spike Milligan, where it's basically Daleks in suburbia. So there was this Dalek woman, and then a Dalek came home from the office and he should have had a busy day at
Oh.
the office, dear.
Rose is alive.
Yes, and blew the lights out.
Rose is alive.
So Rose is alive, yeah. Do you think Rose and Eccleston were a better team than Rose and
I
Tennant?
No, Rose and Tennant, I thought were
They
better.
definitely had something, didn't they? It definitely worked
Yeah.
well. Was it just one series it was Rose and Tennant, or was it two? I can't remember now.
It was one, then a couple of episodes.
Right.
And,
Yeah, because she come back now and again, didn't she, Rose?
yeah.
I'm trying to remember the other assistants he's had. What was her boyfriend's name in
Mickey.
this, Rose?
Mickey.
Nicky.
Mickey.
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 He went
So-
on to marry Martha.
Yeah, that's right. Was he the one with the... the bin? That was the Alton
Yeah.
one, wasn't it?
The one that they pulled into the bin.
Yeah.
And they went to a parallel universe. They had an opposite called Ricky, or something like that.
It was like
Yeah.
a gun freak.
Yeah.
One of my favourite moments is with Rose, where they're on the Earth, and both the Cybermen and the Daleks
Wandering
appear.
around.
The Dalek, they're at war. You know, they're
Yeah.
not being friends or anything like that. And the Daleks have called Rose, and she said, and they hear about the Doctor being there, and she says, something like
4 million, 4 million Cybermen.
Go
You're
on.
not scared. One Doctor. Now you're frightened.
Yeah, nice. And they were. What do they call him? The Storm.
The oncoming storm.
They call the Doctor.
And I like in the first 11th Doctor one, there was like the Atraxi.
Right, hold on.
Basically.
The Doctor's letting him out because he doesn't want Rose to die. Rose is still alive. The Doctor's the Dalek is kind of sympathising with her. So he's let the Dalek out because he wants to save Rose. Sorry, go on.
So like, in the first 11th Doctor one, they had the Atraxi, which are basically a space police other than no, they're not police. They're sort of prison wardens.
Prisoners. The
And
jailers.
they're gonna incinerate Earth if like they don't find
I
one of
like
the
this bit.
prisoners.
Hair dryer. He's looking through what he thinks of guns. He's found an hair dryer.
Yeah, so he's looking at the past of the Doctor, and it gets to the 10th, and the Doctor just walks through the hologram. Hello, I'm the Doctor. Basically, run.
He's got a big gun. So there you see a Doctor holding a gun, which is very unusual, and willing to use it too, not for just for defence. Yeah, I think the first episode was Eccleston was pretty good. The Autons one, wasn't it? It's
Yeah.
called Rose, I think.
Is
And
this the
it's
first
just-
time you see a mutant in this episode?
Yeah, the first time.
First time
I
we see
think
a
it's the first time you see the
Dalek.
full mutant and it's talking.
Dalek. In the movies, they kind of, or the 60s movies, they kind of took the top off the Dalek and just wrestled him out with a blanket. And then you see the blanket on the floor and you see this weird claw come out from underneath it, but that's all you see. So you know there's something weird and mutated under there. But they talk about it in the film too, they are mutants, basically.
Ooh, the Daleks.
And we find out
threatening.
later on, later on from then, way in the past now, that Davros genetically
Oh.
engineered Daleks to be.
So Van Statten, he's talking about, I was torturing the Dalek. Now he's talking about trying to help him.
Yeah, well,
Get
he's
him
trying to
talk.
save his own life,
Yeah.
isn't he? But Rose is reasoning with the Dalek, who's now uncertain. I think he's been. Rose's DNA has changed his nature, and he's got feelings that he never had before, because all feelings except hate were taken out of the Daleks. They're kind of like Vulcans, but slightly misjudged.
Well, actually, Vulcans had no emotions, didn't they? They just
Well,
had
they
logic.
had them, but they suppressed them. That was the point.
And if they used emotions, they'd die or something.
If
Oh.
they were
Yeah.
forced to use
Yeah.
emotions, it was against their nature because they were good at suppressing them. So here's Rose gone with the Dalek. He's just blown a
Ooh.
hole in the ceiling so he could see the sunlight. But I also like the first episode with Tennant as well, where he fights the
Sycorax.
Sycorax. I like it. He
with the big scary button.
yeah.
A big red button
Yeah.
just waiting to be pushed.
Yeah,
should
it's funny
never
with-
be pushed ever ever.
Oh, and
You know what let's do
Sycorax.
with big red buttons that should never ever
My
be
favourite,
pushed.
my favourite
Push
bit
'em.
of that episode is near the end when the leader is defeated, but he gets back up, run towards the Doctor. Doctor just pulls the Satsuma out of his pocket, throws it, hits the button, the leader falls off the edge because it like breaks off a part that he's on.
Yeah. And all the way through it, he was saying things like, "I don't know what kind of a man I am. I'm a funny man." And when he does the orange and kills the guy, he says, "I'm that kind of
Satsuma.
a man." He says.
What woke you up? Just need a cup of tea. Because the tea
So it's
spilled.
the
and
Dalek
yeah.
reaching for the light with one of its weird little tentacle things.
Oh, Doctor's got the gun pointed.
Yeah.
Rose not
He
moving
wants
though.
to kill the Dalek.
Oof.
Here we go. Doctor's very conflicted there. He wants to kill the Dalek, which is unlike him. He usually wants to solve problems and stop them rather than kill them.
He'd usually prefer to try to negotiate, but all the
Well,
other
not with Daleks.
no.
No,
He'd
you
try
don't.
and stop them doing what they're doing. using his
Cybermen,
brain.
maybe, but
Yeah.
not Daleks.
Dalek Mania at the time when it came out apparently overtook Beatlemania
Really?
in terms of people went mad for Daleks. They were in cereal boxes.
I'm in the
and all
Dalek
sorts.
Beatles band.
The Daleks. That's a good name for a band. Oh no, we probably can't use that.
All the car lads.
Yeah.
Well, there was a band after Red Dwarf came around called Scutter's Revenge.
What was there?
Oh,
So
there's a
he's saying
mutant.
it's the last.
Basically a squid with a brain stuck on top and one eye. A blue
Yeah.
squid.
Doctor Who's had a lot of spin-offs. I think we've already talked about Torchwood, but there's also the Sarah Jane Adventures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was also there was one in the 80s called something like, I think it was only one show.
K9.
K9 and Company. It was
No,
called.
they made new canines.
Oh, there's another one, is there?
There's
Yeah.
new ones, but it's not on now.
So that's how many is that? 1, 2.
But the
that's
actor-
4 spin-offs has been off Doctor
The
Who.
I can't remember the name for the actor for Sarah Jane. Elizabeth
Sladen.
Sladen. She died of cancer.
Yeah, she's dead now. She was
Recently.
quite good as Sarah Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
I like
it quite distinctly
the
when I was
Sonic
watching it.
lipstick.
It was the main assistant when I used to watch it was. It went from Joe Grant,
To
who was
Sarah
with the
Jane.
third Doctor, to Sarah Jane with the third, Sarah Jane with the fourth, and then it moved on to one called Leela, who was like a warrior woman, like a primitive warrior woman, and then after that it was joined by Romana, who was a time lady.
What's your favourite Sarah Jane gadget? Is it her Sonic lipstick, her
I didn't know
watch?
she had any gadgets.
She
I
had
don't
a
know what
so-
you're talking
everyone
about.
knows the Sonic
No,
lipstick.
No, I don't.
No,
I've
didn't
never
you?
heard of it.
I knew
Sonic
of it.
screwdrivers.
She has this like scanner watch thing,
Yeah.
and she has like Mr. Smith, who's like
A huge,
a
sort of
huge
Time Lord
computer.
computer.
Right. No, I didn't know she had anything like that. I've never seen him, so I wouldn't know.
In some of the episodes, K9 isn't there. She says he's off sealing a black hole.
That's a good excuse, isn't it? Yeah. Is that a euphemism for...
I'd love to have a K9 who
being
could
plugged
do
in or
that.
something?
Imagine a dog that
No,
could
he's,
do
um,
that.
He was sealing a black hole
He was
with
he?
himself, yeah.
Ah. Now, here we go. The Dalek's risen up. You can see sunlight.
Ooh.
All these little ball things have come off.
I always wondered what they were for.
Supernova!
Well, they're for collecting energy, aren't they?
Basically, it had its own little
Well, that one, it
supernova
blew
in
itself
there.
up. It's destroyed itself.
So, like, that K9 show is, like, a lot more, like, advanced.
Right.
It's got, like, little
It
gadgets
came
waving
in,
about.
really, K9 came in because Star Wars was popular and they wanted a robot. They thought they'd put a robot in it for ratings, you know, like R2D2. And it's quite a good addition. It worked quite well with Tom Baker.
Henry Staten and Van Statten's just been taken
And
away.
they're back in the Hall of
Monsters.
Monsters
Oh,
with the
me-
TARDIS.
Monsters and meteorites.
I wonder why Christopher Eccleston didn't want to do it anymore after this. Maybe he was frightened of getting typecast, because I wonder if David Tennant has that problem. Because David Tennant was a great Doctor. He was a good
Matt
Doctor.
Smith's just mental, though.
Remember David Tennant?
As a
Matt
doctor.
Smith, I think Matt Smith's a bit more cynical and calculated than Tennant. He kind of doesn't mind people dying to get to where he needs to get to.
He gets depressed, but he still does what?
Yeah, I
he
think
does.
the idea is, as he's on his, was it 11th regeneration now? He's more, even though he's getting younger, in his personality, he's getting more like an old, lonely old man kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
You know?
John Pertwee was quite old as the
It was
actor.
quite old, but John Pertwee was very dynamic compared to the other Doctors. The other
Yeah.
Doctors, it was all thinking and using your brain. But he didn't mind having a fight. He was supposed to be an expert in Venusian karate, or I think it was Venusian Aikido, which I don't know what that's meant to mean.
You need 4 arms.
Essentially, he had
And-
fights, and he had gadgets. He had a weird hovercraft, which was called the Hoomobile. I don't think it was called that in this. And it's finished. We've talked talked all over it, and I barely
Yeah.
talked about this episode.
The second Doctor, he actually had like a recorder that he always played when he was confused.
Yeah.
Took it out, played a little
Jelly
tune, and knew what to do.
That was the
That was the fourth.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Another good monsters he used to have that haven't appeared for
Yetis.
years is the Yetis. The Yetis was quite good. Now, a lot of the stories I'm familiar with, even though I never saw them, because a lot of the Doctor Who episodes were converted into books, and this was pre-videos and stuff. Or there was videos, but you couldn't get old TV shows on video. So I used to read an awful lot. I had 50 odd Doctor Who books of the various stories, and they were really good. So I know which ones I like from the past by what I've read, not what I saw. So that's quite fun.
I remember in the Five Doctors, they had to use the second Doctor's recorder as like a power source or something.
That's the three Doctors. They had because it was the only thing that was matter in an anti-matter
Yeah.
universe.
I gave it to.
And they just threw it at this guy.
And
I often wonder from them old ones when they're going to bring back some of those old characters. I mean, they brought back the Master, but there's a few others, and Omega's one they might bring back.
Omega, this weapon called the Hand of Omega was used by the Master at one point during his later runs.
That's the end of that episode.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's a few others like there's one called the Meddling Monk, but I often wonder if Romana or the Rani will come back into the new series. But I don't think they're going to do that.
Romana was shot in another universe, I think.
Well, so was Rose, you know. Anyway, that's that episode over with. Any final thoughts on Doctor Who?
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, we say watch it if you can. And we're all looking forward to the next half of this series.
Yeah.
Where they're gonna kill Hitler?
Let's
Yeah.
kill Hitler.
Let's kill Hitler.
Let's all kill Hitler.
Yeah, awesome. Alright, so it's goodbye from me.
And me. See ya.